my friends. It's really nice to be back working for the reasons of a consistent schedule, consistent good paychecks, and, whatever else, feeling like my life has a purpose. But it's also nice because it gets me recording more and posting more. So it is Friday, the 30th of August, and I just left school 1. I am now heading to school 2. And it's been a good day so far. I want to just talk about a couple things about my good day so far. First of all, it didn't start out as a good day. You guys, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, my alarm goes off at 6 o'clock in the morning. I used to be a person who said there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to set an alarm and wake up early so I can do my makeup. Yet here we are, getting up a half hour earlier than I need to so I can look glowy and hoey to teach. But it is nice to feel put together when I go to work. So there's that. But so my alarm is scheduled to go off at 6. I woke up sometime between 4:30 and 5, thanks to my super cute furry cat, who thought it would be super cute and furry, like if he just walked all over me and kept touching my face. Cat, I love that you want to sleep with me. I love that we're best friends. But can you not at 4:30 in the morning? Just saying. Your biological clock is garbage. So I'm tired. Like, you can't see my tired, but know that my eyeballs feel super sore. They want to fall out of my head. I'm definitely going to be stopping for another coffee before I go teach. So that's kind of where I'm at. But it was really nice that I had all my stuff for my class prepped. I was able to just go in this morning, print out my copies, and go teach. Class 1 is my lit class. The students today read the first chapter of this book, How to Read Literature Like a Professor. I read that book back in 2009 when I was preparing to become a teacher for the first time. I knew I wasn't going to be teaching literature, but I wanted to feel smarter. I don't know, you guys who are teachers, maybe you know this, but like when I first started teaching, it was only 2 years after I had finished my undergrad career. I was still a youth. I didn't feel like I had the credibility, the skills, or the knowledge. Who was I to stand in front of the class and teach? So I tried to do everything I could to boost my confidence and feel more like a teacher. And my tailbone really hurts. We'll talk about that too. So that book I read back in 2009, and it's been one of those books where I told myself the second I have a literature class and I'm allowed to pick the book, that book is going on the reading list. And I'm so glad that I did. So they read the first chapter of that today. The chapters are fairly short. They're very easy to read. They're super interesting. If you guys are interested in just like literary analysis and how you can analyze stories, whether it's written literature or like movies, TV shows, stuff like that, I super recommend that book. Maybe I'll even put an Amazon link in the description if I remember. I always tell you guys I'm going to give you links and then I don't give you links. I will do my best. But they read it and the conversation we had was actually really good. The first chapter is called Every Trip is a Quest, except when it's not. And so we got to talk about like what are the 5 characteristics that make a trip a quest. We as a class talked about a really obvious example, The Wizard of Oz, and then I asked them to give examples that they could think of, and they did a really, really good job. I realized it was kind of a simple thing to talk about, but that's kind of what I want them to see, is that analyzing literature isn't actually hard. That once you kind of know what to look for, it becomes a lot easier. So that conversation went really well. I was super pleased with that. My second class is a straight up comp class, and I got to introduce to them today the activity that, in my opinion, is the most important. We do a rhetorical analysis essay. I've talked about this project before, I think, where they have to choose a news article and that person's license plate says New Liver. That's a weird flex. Hold on. Alright, that guy... Okay, bearded man in your truck with a new liver. Anyways, they choose a news article and they have to analyze the author of the article's use of the rhetorical appeals, ethos, pathos, and logos, and evaluate the credibility and the effectiveness of the article. So it's my favorite because outside of the fact that I'm teaching them these skills, it's a comp class, it's a writing class, whatever, I really feel like this is the project that gives them the skills that they need to actually be able to educate themselves and be functional members of society. So I'm a big fan of the rhetorical analysis essay. So I got to introduce that and I got to talk about that, and I'm looking forward to it. On my way to class number 3, which starts in a little over an hour, which means I have time for lunch today. Last Friday I did not have time for lunch. It was depressing. It's our second day of this class because this class only meets once a week. So it's kind of weird. I've got to know some of my other classes, some of my other students. Oh my gosh, hiccups. More already this semester than this class, since it only meets once a week. But we're talking about discourse communities in that class, which essentially is having the students recognize the fact that in different settings and situations with different groups of people, they have to shift the way that they communicate. They have to change how that they communicate to be effective in those settings. That the language you use, the words you use, the way you say them, the different ways that you would communicate, whether it's talk, text, email, phone calls, writing, that all that changes depending on the group of people you are interacting with. So that's what they're talking about today. It's going to be a really simple day for them, a pretty straightforward activity. And then I get to go home, and by the time I get home it'll be 5 o'clock ish, and my kid will be home. I'll have to worry about dinner. No rest for the weary, I guess is what they say. But before I sign off, I do want to tell you guys about my tailbone, because this has been an ongoing problem with me. At first I thought I had a bruised tailbone because, like, graphic times right at the top of my butt crack where my tailbone is, it hurts. Like, I live a life of sitting. I'm sitting to drive constantly. I sit a lot when I'm teaching. I sit a lot when I'm at home. Like, I sit, and it makes my butt hurt. So I thought I had a bruised tailbone. And then I was talking with my friend Katie, and Katie suggested, hey, maybe it's actually an alignment thing and you should go see a chiropractor. And I'm like, well, I'm terrified of that ish. But in the meanwhile, I have some roll-on lidocaine cream. And just like, if I lean forward when I'm sitting, it doesn't hurt. But you can't, like, lean forward when you're sitting constantly. So basically, I'm just in a lot of pain. It hurts a lot when I stand up. It hurts sometimes when I'm sitting too, but whatever. So I'm in pain. My life is a dumpster fire. I'm really tired, but I'm having a good day. And I feel like the semi is going to run me off the damn road. All right, well, I'm about to exit to my coffee stop. I love you guys. I hope you're having a really good Friday. The best day ever. And I will will talk with you guys soon. I don't know about what, I don't know when, but I will be back. I love you, and we'll see you soon. Mwah.